resuming here the chapter before the last one. Hopefully we can finish this today. We were discussing different types of dialogues, alerts, if you remember. And one of these types was the file chooser that can help us either save a file, right, or open an existing file. So if you look into these two types side by side, can you tell the key difference between them?
Open and save.
Open and save, exactly. Here it says
Save,
here it says open. And there is always
save
a save as type. So when saving a file, you are given the option to declare the extension for it. We do create our own filters for this purpose. So this can accept only PDF files, let's say, or this can accept only PNG files. We create this. Yeah, this is the part. Okay, so once you expand it, you will see this. So that's a sample. I have a button. If I click this button, it opens for me what type of window?
Desktop.
File chooser of type.
Menu.
Open.
Open, exactly. Now here,
هذا ايش هذا كله؟ ثمانية صح؟
this
ولا
one,
لا؟
the recorder, the screen recorder.
Okay.
طب شلون يسوي سكرين ريكوردر بمنيو؟
I
لا لا هذا شيء
it's
ثاني.
outside. I mean, I'll record it from my
okay.
own PC. Sorry. Like, okay. So I have here the start method. I have file chooser. Chooser equal new file chooser, and I have here a button saying select file, right? And if you remember, we said anything that happens inside a stage remains within the constraints we know. So if this is a button, we still work here with the set on action, right? If this is, what is it? If this is, for example, a combo box, this is going to be
Combo box.
اكشن
set
Ah,
on action,
okay.
exactly. If we are dealing with list view,
Mouse.
mouse event, sure. So here I'm saying if I press this button, it will show open dialog for me. And it will show on top of my stage, right? Now the button is part of your box and the rest here. Okay.
Doctor,
How to do it save? Exactly.
I have a question. File chooser, is it something built in يعني ولا we create a class?
The open dialog.
لا file chooser.
File chooser built in. Built in. All of these files are.
And you
all
just
these
import
classes
it
are
or?
built in. Yes. The entire settings are by default. Yes.
Thank you.
شلون اعرف الاشياء اللي تكون موجودة بجافا يعني باي ديفولت؟ اقدر اعرفها ولا لازم انا؟
Look into Oracle Sheets. Again, Oracle Sheets tell you what are the classes available, what are the built-in methods inside every class. Exactly. So if you are doubting anything like we did actually with the circle, right? We've seen how to create the circle ourselves, how to make the enlarge method, let's say, how to make the shrink method, but we figured out
انه في
that there is circle pane that has these built in, right? So it's, again, toString is built-in method, but I can still create my own copy from it, right? So again, before you start, if you feel like it's gonna take a long time from you, double check first. Like the case of sorting, let's say, all these you're taking data structure have already built-in methods, like sorting, like searching, all of this, right? But again, we learn how to make them because, again, these are offered to you as open source, so nothing stops you from enhancing their implementation, right? Type. I do have the same example here, but instead of show open dialog, I changed it to show save dialog. So this is save instance. See this? This became save as. Now, interesting part is how will I limit these options that show to me as filters? Do you remember the sibling families? Get children,
get children or get item or
Get
get
items.
element.
get keyframes,
Get element.
get anything else?
Get بس لحالها.
Extension.
Get what?
Get بس alone. بس get. Just get.
Well, get, we've seen it in, remember, we've seen it in dialogues, right?
Mm.
We said whenever we expect optional result. Then the way you extract. Exactly. طب let's add this to it, okay? We have get extension filters. Again, dot add or add all. If it's only one, we use add. If it's more than one, this is add all. So from file chooser, we use extension filter. And here, this is the text that will appear to the user. So I'm saying that this accepts all files, okay? This accepts JPG. This accepts PNG, right? But then let's see that second part. If I say asterisk dot asterisk, this means what? All possible names dot all possible extensions are supported. But if I say only asterisk dot JPG, this means all possible names, but the extension has to be fixed. Same for PNG here, right? You can create your own copy, PDF, docx, Excel sheet, just anything, okay? So that's simply what shows here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I have color picker. So combo box basically that shows a color by default, and if you expand it, it will show further like all possible colors and an option for you to even customize this color. I do have color picker as a class. Default here is set to be red. Set on action. This is what type, what model?
Anonymous.
That's anonymous, exactly. Inside the handle method, I have my color.getValue, similar to what?
Get item.
Combo box. Yeah.
Combo box and
ولسه view. صح؟
we said three things.
This combo box.
Combo box.
Check box.
No.
Menu? No.
And the menu.
Text? No. What?
لا
List view.
No. List view is done for the long syntax.
Menu.
check box
Yes,
بس حتى get value.
For the. For what?
Two items. Come on.
For what? For what? For what?
radio box.
Where is it?
No.
Get value?
Get value.
Get value for, right. Wait.
That's easy. Come
For
on.
the.
Menu item.
البين لا البين.
Is it for circle?
Two things that are similar to each other.
Toggle crew.
Slider
And
and scroll bar.
Scroll pane.
excellent. Excellent.
نص نص.
Well done.
Plus لا هي
I get slider.
هي scroll bar and not scroll pane.
You said scroll pane?
Yeah, then she took it.
I said slider.
انت سلايدر
It's not
scroll
fully right, but
scroll bar
okay.
صح.
she took it. She took it. هي حرام.
You said scroll bar?
Yeah, she said slider.
طب أنا قاعدة
Yeah,
أشغل.
you have.
She had.
Okay.
هي أخذت
These
both
are-
one.
It's mostly عالية. بس
Yeah.
You did say what?
Scroll pane أنا قلت.
Scroll pane. نحسبها half. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the ones using get value in addition to color picker. So anyways, it's one type of combo box if you think about it. So type. Look at this now.
الحين هذا أقدر أسويه بجافا حق الألوان والكودر
Yes.
كذا.
Yes.
أنا بنفسي أقدر أختار اللون يتغير على
Yes,
التكست.
yes, yes. You can take the value from here and you link it. You point it to any other
إيه بس
item.
من وين أجيب الأرقام حق الألوان؟ أجيبها من
That's the get value. هنا you choose it. You just simply choose. If you press here, it opens this
أقصد
menu.
اللون من وين جاب اللون؟ من مكان ثاني صح؟ هذول الأشياء تكون
It's
جاهزة.
built in. هي الجريد نفسها تبع color built in. But if you want to customize a color that you don't know its own RGB, just go for customize color. It's gonna open for you another grid where you can.
إيه أنا أختار اللون الكاستمر
Exactly.
Yes.
So again, this is entirely built in. You don't need to worry about it. Part of color picker class. Okay. So here you choose the color. You even can play with the saturation, brightness, hue, opacity.
هذه احنا نسويها ولا هي؟
لا تسوي.
all built in. All built in. Again, this is very common in many applications. You can customize as an extra feature to the user. They can customize live the text color, the theme, right? Won't you see it in many applications? You can make it dark theme, blue text, or dark theme, white text, right? Okay. Right, now let's try to arrange our items here properly, and we will introduce for this split pane. Split pane, again, one type of panes. So we've seen circle pane extra, right? Now this is the second type of pane you're seeing. No, actually you've seen two.
لا أخذنا وصفة.
Scroll pane, right? Scroll pane was extra. Scroll pane, then circle pane. Anything else?
dialogue pane كنا شيء زي كذا فيه.
Dialogue pane, exactly. Yes. Then I have now split pane, and there is one more. Okay, now there is tab pane. Yes, you can add them directly to the scene. But where did you see this before? You tell me. No. Queen. No.
لا مو جريد بين شو اسمه؟
No, in any application I mean, any application that you used it in. حاجة لسه طالعين منها fresh.
طالعين منها فريش.
Some of you, yeah. You did the exam on NetBeans? Don't you see this in NetBeans? No?
What's this?
إلا وقت when you bring مثلا البروجكت بعدين تحت بيكون الأوتبوت وفوق بيكون صح؟
I can expand.
بلا
أوكي هذا.
when you run the code وين بيطلع لك الانبوت الأوتبوت؟
وأحطها كذا
See this? That's split pane. And this is there. نفس الهيراركي موجود عندكم في NetBeans, موجود في Eclipse, Dr. Joe, all of them. All of these are these. So split pane in general helps you split your screen either horizontally or vertically. Now, this is obviously the vertical one, and this here is the horizontal one, right?
Huh?
Right. Let's see this.
أقدر أحطهم اثنين مع بعض صح؟
Yes, you can split your scene the way you see, okay? You can make a big pane, let's say, and inside the pane you can have two
Wait.
or more split panes.
This is horizontal?
That's
Vertical.
that's horizontal. Where you see the items next to each other, right?
Oh.
That's one, next to it another one, right?
كسرناها يروح تحت.
But if you do it the opposite way, check this. This was what?
This is here.
On top of each other, right? So these are
Vertical.
vertical, exactly. Right. So I have here split pane, and I do have two V boxes. So I'm gonna place the content inside a V box each. Then I'm adding here these two V boxes inside my pane using get items.addAll. Where did we use it?
Combo box.
Combo box. Excellent. Excellent, Nora. Thank you. طيب. What if? So this is how it works. Just see, you can shrink it, you can move it left and right. Yes. And the nice part here is you can adjust to a responsive design. So like when we use, let's say, the flow pane, remember what happens when we shrink the side of the scene? It gets to readjust the sequence and the flow of our nodes. Same exact concept here. Okay? Now we're done with this. Let's move towards, sorry, it's not supposed to be awesome. Okay. Now if I showed you these separate here, and I asked you to rearrange them in the right place, you tell me that this one fits here?
No.
Here?
Yes.
How about this one?
No.
Here?
Yes.
Like, can this give you any hint? What are we doing here?
Arranging.
Arranging. Nice. So you said this doesn't fit here, so I don't need to place it here. In normal implementation, if we are to design 4 separate windows, how costly would this be? I have 4 separate stages, right? each has its own scene, each has its own list of panes. Just design things differently. But think of a scenario similar to browser. You need to have every single browser tab in a whole separate window,
No.
unless you choose, right? But you can have same exact window and split in multiple tabs, right? Now you can choose what tab to click, and if you do, the content here will update, right? So this actually saves you the cost of creating scenes and stages, right? That's our next topic.
Okay.
And here, let me remind you of three things we talked about before. Remember when we talked about the media file? We said to build it, we need to use media view, below it, media, right? If we are using
الإيمج فيو بعد لازم إيمج صح؟ لا.
image view requires one level, image, yes. Okay, we're gonna take one more actually. So for now we have, yes, exactly, menu. Yeah, we said menu bar comes below it.
menu item.
Menu first.
menu بعدين menu item.
Menu then menu item. True. Then menu item, right? Now this is the third one to add to our list. So we have tab pane. Below it we have tab. Below it we have content, right? We also saw this, if you remember, for the dialogues when we said we have button bar, right? Then button type, then button data. It's the same structure, right? We will see it in the tab pane and one more when we hit the tables part. So for now, this is how it works. We have our tab pane. We create this one, a maximum of one pane here. But for the tabs could be as many as you want. And you can simply link your pane to the tab using set content. Then let's add one more to our sibling list. We have get tabs.add or get tabs.add all, right? Remember? Get children, get menus, get items, get elements,
Get points.
get keyframes, get button types, what? Get button, get
key code.
not this. What? Get points, exactly. Yeah, we have a lot. Okay, now let's add one more. So again, as you're studying, you need to write a summary. Okay, this is highly recommended. Put things that are similar. The concept, by the way, is repeating. Yani it's not something new. But if you know how to apply, just capture the new words. Shaba?
والله so hard. It's the last final too.
It's you.
Last final?
إيه يعني
29.
29 December, yes.
So you have how many days to study?
No, I have final on Saturday.
2 days?
لا
يعني it's Monday. I have
1 day. Yani, if I finish to you the material next week, starting from next week, start prepare. Don't wait. Yani, حتى your exhibit is done Thursday. يعني the load is gonna be way reduced. Okay. يعني حتى in replacement للsession time study. Okay. Or we can call for a review session before, inshallah. طيب. Let's see this in practice. So I have here, this is the example, let's see the output. So we have here three tab panes, sorry, 3 tabs in one pane. And if you click any of these options, it will render a whole new content, right? So it's a circle that is colored differently every time. So here, that's how we code it. We have 3 panes, 3 circles. This is only to adjust the color. Attach these circles to each of these panes. We have tab pane. Create 3 tabs. Attach every pane to every tab with the set content. Then get tabs called add all to attach all 3 tabs here. Now this last part is going to address the table view. And if you remember, we discussed earlier that there is window event, right? But we said we're just gonna know it. We don't need to study this in details. But just to give you the idea, I do have these settings by default, right? And if I press this one, usually it closes the scene and that's it. What if I want to do an action before this window closes? Like when I tend to close any file and then it pops up an alert for me saying, would you like to save this file? Maybe that's something I want to confirm before I close, right? So we will learn how to do this. It's like an intended pose, okay? We say set on close request. Then here, I'm having my own Lambda expression casted into window event type. And this will just generate a list of actions as well. That's an example. So I tend to close here and it gives me this alert saying, are you sure you want to exit? And I will press OK and cancel, keeping all default settings here. So again, I need the alert type, of course, as a class. And here I'm going to say primary stage.set on close request. This is window event. I'm creating now my alert, setting its own title, its own content text, and I show it. But before you do this step, you need to say e.consume. What does that mean?
Today we had it.
هذا كان داخل
تخيل دكتور كل شيء
ايه
والله.
تخيل
تخيل.
مليون ايفنت.
Doctor, I did all of this, but I didn't put consume.
You didn't do consume?
I don't think it's for this.
So consume
Yeah.
just freezes it. It freezes the whole thing until you take the action. Whether you click on the save or cancel.
What?
The consume does a freeze. It freezes actually the entire window till you make a choice, okay or cancel. So it doesn't close the stage immediately. Make sense?
Yeah.
Did you cover this in the lab already?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. The consume thing, yeah.
Ah, this was there. الاليرت part.
Yeah.
بس was it linked للويندو؟
No.
Yeah, because that's extra.
لا it wasn't.
بس
Yeah,
إذا
alert
سوينا
will
رايت
cover.
كليك يصير alert.
I need to check your exam. I'll see this. So your concern was mostly about the time. I see.
Yeah.
What?
What? It's like, okay, now let's discuss the last topic here. This part, I'm not going to ask you to write it in coding. I want you to understand it in concept, okay? So we will learn how to create a table view. Table similar to this one here. Being able to visualize a list of data, similar to Excel, exactly. So it's a list of rows and columns. These are rows, and these are columns. Like, I do split it again in 3 levels hierarchy. We have table view, then we have table column, then we have table cell. Okay? So you start filling the orange border, if you see it, then the green borders, multiple ones, depending on how many columns you have. No, blue is focus. Blue is focus. And then I have the purple one, which is the table cell. Okay?
This I have a question. Is it 10 rows?
No. Okay. We don't worry here much about the rows. It gives you default settings based on the scene size. So it depends on the scene size. If it's the only item filling the whole space, it will just make sure it fills this. And you might see even here extra columns. But we did not actually fill this ourselves. We don't fill data row by row. Okay, so we only fill data column by column. Okay, and just to give you the idea, like high level, you add every column empty, and then you capture every cell separately, and then you push it one by one. Okay, so that's how we do it. Make sense? Like looking into these two import statements, control is obviously used, but there is collections. Where did we use this one?
The first.
Observable list.
Observable list, exactly. So let's see the way we create this step by step. I start here by creating a sample person file. This person class has all data related to that person, like name, email. I have constructor. I do have two getter methods, one for name and one for email. Step number 2 is going to be passing all possible values using array list, and this is where collections are actually utilized. So I have data of type observable list that uses the fx collection, observable array list, and I do push here two new objects of type person class. I do save here, let's say, Huda with the email, Ali with the email, right? Then I have step number 3, where I create my table view, and I do create my two table columns. So the table view is of type person, and your table column, each is going to be entitled with either name or email. Then let's add one more to the family.
Get columns.
Dot add or add all, depending on how many columns you have here.
Yeah.
So name column is taken from the previous step, email column is taken from this step here. So this simply creates for you empty columns, like this one. We still haven't filled it with any data yet, right?
Yes.
Now next step will be calling these cells, the data cells, from the getter methods. So I use now name column, which is the name of my empty column, right? Then I try to use this from person class, taking care of a string object that I will call name. So what's name, what's email? Anyone knows? Let's get back to our person class. Do you see this? Name and email, right? So these are the attributes taken from the person class. Okay. So here I have set cell value factory. So again, this is what makes the attachment between the column inside your table and the data you're taking from person class. Okay?
But
Same.
what in here? Why is set column?
Set cell value factory, it means that the cell that I had previously in this step, empty, you see the cell?
Yeah.
Now I'm putting a value inside it. So set cell value factory.
Okay.
And factory usually is collection of data, not just a single data.
Okay.
So here I'm pushing the entire property taken from person class that I called name. Same for the other one. So for the email, I'm pushing in this attribute that I called email. So now this takes full access on all these data cells. But again, this is not yet filled inside your table. So last step here is what makes the attachment. Just know it again. I'm not going to ask you about this, okay? But say you know it. So here we have set items. Set items is where you do the attachment between the observable list view items and your table view item. So set items does this job for you. Now here, I'm having, this is the previous output, and now with filling these data in, we simply have these data cells filling these empty columns for you. Now this is seeing the entire big picture in one class, so these are all the 5 steps just grouped in one file. This is my person class. Here, on the left side, I have the table view ready, observable array list ready, pushing into it the two person objects. This is just a call to the start method, and I have here two table columns. Each of them has the value set to be from person class, either name or email. Then I have the set item to make the attachment between the array list and the table view, adding columns one by one. Then the rest, you just know it. So this is the final output, how it looks like. I just want to show you this. Very similar to what?
So common box. What's the view?
List view.
The up here.
No, okay, nice. So this upper option is used as filter, okay? This filter can help you either, mostly here, this is for sorting. Okay, so either sorting ascending order or descending order, again, by default. You don't need to create this yourself as a feature. So this is one way of representing your data in a tabular form. And you can also use these built-in features if needed. But again, you might notice here that I can click these rows. So similar to list view, you can click one or more. And if you double click it, this can be an action. Okay? You can even choose more than one and do an action for this. So that's mostly the end of that chapter. We still have one more chapter. I'm not sure how much is it now? That's 3 minutes. You want me to introduce it now? You're done? Right. Are you all okay again to have 2 sessions starting from next week? From 2 to 3 to 3 to 4?
In this class or like each one's free?
Yeah, machine learning? 2 to 3. Okay. Interesting. What do you suggest? Okay, for Sunday, I think it might be the case only for Sunday. Like, I can sit with you. Do you have anything beyond on Sunday? You have